Understanding Earth and space science is essential because most human activities are related to interaction with the planet Earth, and understanding of its systems develops informed citizens. For this grant, we've begun development of a video game to help middle school students master Earth and space science concepts, allowing them to engage with science phenomena and problem solve directly within our video game, Tyto Online.
We work with science educators to iterate on our design and develop a prototype for teaching weather and climate aligned with the next generation science standards. We've developed 3 sequences to explore tilt and rotation, air mass interactions, and climate change. Our sequences build off one another, growing students' understanding of the underlying concepts. For example, one of our sequences is about microclimates. Students explore a newly discovered small island with some unique weather patterns. One side is wet, and the other side very dry. They collect temperature, humidity, and wind flow data to construct an explanation that a mountain on the island prevents rainfall and cloud accumulation on the dry side of the island, a phenomenon called rain shadow.
We also began development of our Earth and Space Science Sandbox, where students actually fix a broken planet by applying weather and climate concepts. Students adjust their planet's tilt and rotation to change the global climate patterns. They then add air masses in order to prompt those cycles, adding humidity and causing rain, snow, and even weather events like tornadoes. As precipitation begins, the planet springs to life, with various biomes growing based on their regional factors. After the students have a stable planet with biomes, they can begin adding human settlements. These will grow in population over time and need resources to meet their needs. To help with classroom implementation, we have teacher tools where educators can assign content to get students right where they want for learning that day, and we're building out more assessment tools based on gameplay data.
And as they go in and they start tilting the planet, 23.5 degrees to get seasons, we can absolutely grab that information and say, oh, so the child does understand it.
We want you to make your planet's range less than 80 degrees. To figure that out, you're going to look at these numbers right here.
We gave the students a variety of challenges, like trying to freeze half of their planet, and they had to figure out and articulate the science behind how they accomplished it.
We got one side of the planet really cold, and then we slowed down our rotation time so that one half was facing the sun more than the other half, so then it would stay colder than the other side.
We conducted a pilot in a middle school science classroom across all 6 class periods, with students getting 3 periods of play sessions. Our results showed that 96% of students are interested in potentially using the game to learn more subjects in their classroom.
Sometimes in class, you just get bored, so you zone out, but when the game is interesting, no offense, but when you're playing a game, when you're really into it, you remember more because you're having fun.
It was definitely an attention grabber. And there was a lot of excitement in the room, and if you don't have that, then you're not going anywhere already.
And our pilot showed a statistically significant 7% improvement from the pre to post test on applied science questions. And this was with content they had already been taught previously. In phase 2, we plan to finish building all of middle school Earth and space science with additional sequences and expanding the sandbox to support more features, such as using plate tectonics to affect the geography of your planet and adding additional human impacts like deforestation and erosion.
One of the things that I think is important is to make sure we give kids hope. And one of the things about your game is kids can go in and they can actually look at what will make the planet healthier, because that's going to empower kids to say, oh, this is why it matters that we clean up the trash, or this is what we can do about our community issues.
Using Tyto Online, students engage directly in solving authentic problems, and we're thrilled to keep expanding so we can empower students learning across all of Earth and space science.